G'day guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, thanks for coming. Well, just going to make a quick one about modifying or improving a Matten filter. Got this tank here, it's been broken down since I had that disaster a while back, and today I'm going to clean it and reset it up in a better way. Matten filters are great, I love them. This one's just going to be running Matten filter, double layer Matten filter and an underground filter, maybe another box filter or sponge filter. We'll just see, but I'll just show you after I clean everything out how I'm going to do it. I'll show you in a sec, but yeah, okay, let's hope it works. Okay, I was thinking of changing the gravel, but I'm just going to take it out and pile it up this end with the under gravel when I clean it. You can see here, been running double layer Matten filter for a couple of years in here with a modified Airlift pump underneath, and it's dried out now, so it's not as tight, but the issue is you can see how it curves and sucks back. I like to run two so I can take the front one out, slide the other one forward, and then run the other one so I can clean it in tap water. As you know, you should probably, if you only got one, clean the aquarium water so you don't kill off all your bacteria. But yeah, I'll shift this. You can see got cord, but you can see how it's curved and whatever. It still works good. So what I'm going to do when I finish cleaning it all, I've got some old 2 foot by 2 foot egg crate that I used to use as dividers in a 4 by 2 by 2 tank. I'm going to cut that to size, and I don't know, I'll have to work out the measurement, but I'm going to do about that much or something. And then I'm going to cut the egg crate so it comes across here, and then I'm going to cut 3 sections, one here, one in the middle, and one at the other end, to just hold it straight and stop it sucking in over time. And then I'm going to run with my Matten filters, I just run the inlet back over the top. I don't cut holes out of it because it works just as well. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to cut it, and then I'll create, I've got one airlift in there, I'll create another airlift because I've measured the little fry tray I have, and it's going to fit in this section here. So I'm figuring I'm going to run 2 so that later in the future, in a month or so, when this is going good and I transfer the angels, I can then run one airlift into a little fry thing. But anyway, we'll get on to cleaning. It hasn't been done for ages, and yeah, I'm just going to modify it that way. And it should work good. I mean, maybe not need a central one, but I'm putting a central one because just what I want to do at the same distance. And yeah, and then I could run the heater in. I probably won't because I ain't got no power outlets for the heater. I'll have the other heater at the other end, but you know, like anything is hobby, just do what you want. But might help someone or might help me. That's good, mate. Thanks. Okay, hour or so later. Got it clean, as good as it's going to be clean. Under gravel. Yep, so now let's start measuring and putting together and see how it works. Okay guys, I've done my measurements, wrote them down so I don't stuff up. So I'm going 410 high. I could go 430 high, but I'm going 410. I don't think 20 mil will be an issue moving over, but that gives me a gap to run the hoses over the top wherever I want. This is the egg grade I got 2 of these from my old one, so bit of black tape, mark off where I'll go. I'm going to cut across, and then I'll do the distance, and hopefully I will have enough. I'm going to have enough for 2 here. I may have to do this top section here, so that might affect the width I'm going, but that width out from the glass will be fine. So I'm just going to cut it now, and yeah, see how we go. I've got a old, just use the old multi-tool. There we go, should be the right height. I've got a straight edge here that's going to go on the base and a straight edge here which will go to the front, only because it will look a bit better. So now I'll measure off and mark the width. Say 343 millimeters, 14-inch tank, something in the old terms. So the line's going to be right on, one of these lines is going to be right on 340, but I will edge on the side of caution, and it doesn't really matter if it's not exactly perfect, because when I put these other sections I could run them out a bit, but I want it to be close, so I'll go 343 and that should be good. It's the beauty of working with air crate with squares, very quick, very simple, very versatile, use it heaps. And not only can you run the Matten filters, you can also put bags of K1 or any sort of other media in if you want to increase it, but at this stage I'm only going to have 2 fish in this tank, so it should be good. So, what to say, 343, that's 340, it's like 342, so I only have to go a fraction over. So I will just put that there, and I'll try and be consistent, and yep, just give it a go, and then moment of truth. Okay, now I'll go try it before I cut the others. There we go, guys. Looks pretty good. I'll have to work out the distance, but yeah, that's move a little bit, but that's really good. I'm happy with that. It's got like 1 mil movement, maybe, yeah, maybe not even that. So I'm happy with that. I'm thinking that distance, but the distance will depend on how much stuff I've got left to cut into 3. And the height is okay. That should be about the top of the Matten filter. It gives me enough room to run the hose over the top, or the hoses. So let's move on to the side bits. Okay, I've finished cutting them. I've got my bit to go across, like that. I've got 3 sections, 12/30. That's the way it worked out. They're all pretty similar. So and that's the only little bit of wastage I had out of the 2x2. So that's good. Now I'm going to find this one here. That's going that way. So I'm going to put it pretty accurate. So I'm just going to put it like that, and I may only do 2 actually, because I don't think that's going to bend in the center. So I just put 2 for the front and back of the tank. We'll see how we go anyway. And yeah, and that gives me enough room to run. I'm going to run a modified box filter airlift. I'll show you how I'll make those, maybe in this one or a separate one. Very simple, and just use old hosing, run it over. All I'm going to use, $2, 120 pieces cable ties. I'm just going to use cable ties for that, and then when I get it, cut the ends off and whatever. So yep, very simple. I won't bore you with doing cable ties, but you all know how to do cable guys, I'm sure. So I'm just going to put one. Actually, if I do it that way, that's going to make, yeah, I didn't allow for that 1 or 2 mil, but I've got 2 mil on the other one. So I'm going to put 4 on, top, bottom, and then I'm going to see whether that's going to affect my measurement. I forgot about the cable tie. I could do them on the inside, but I don't think I will, because that's just stupid, too hard. But and I'm probably going to put 6 or 8, something like that. So I will do the other side with a flatter one. I did break 2 pieces here, but that's got back of the glass, won't really matter. So that's pretty good, like such. Yep. Put it through the hole. There's the nurse set. Right, even with my glasses I can't see shit. Anyway, you get the idea. Let's try again. See, unedited, all my mistakes. Just a hobbyist, but in some ways it is half the fun doing stuff yourself, and you don't have to buy it. And even if you buy something, it's not always exactly what you want. So you do it this way and you got exactly what you want, or what you think you want, until you try it. And one more, and then I'll go fit it. And yeah, we will just a little issue with those cable ties sticking out, but I just cut them off. And see, I will need to put a few more just but I'm going to test it first. This bottom one round. And there we go. And I'm going to see how that looks. Okay, I'm happy with that. Look at that. It's very firm. That's going to work good. They are touching good. Slight issue here with the cable ties. I've lost that little plastic that broke because it's so tight. So I'm going to put the cable tie on the inside of this one. I'm just going to run 4 or 5. Yeah, I'm going to run them through the inside. The other ones, 4 or 5, but the cable ties, look at that. I mean, I don't know if you can see, but I'm wobbling that quite hard and it doesn't move. And when I more cable ties, that one will go there. So I don't think I'm gonna bother putting on the third one in. I was going to straighten that one up. It keeps going. Maybe that's because of the tabletop. But even that, yeah, there we go. That's really good. So I'll just play around with it, get the angles completely right, and put another 5 or 6 cable ties on, and then whack the Matten filters in, and then work on the airlifts. Quite happy with that. Have lost a little bit of tank space, but probably, 60 mil was about that before. Now it's about that, but that's okay. That's good. Thank you. There we are. Got the Matten filters in perfect height. Got 2. Now you can really see, but because of reflections and stuff. But there's no gap at all here because they're straight, perfectly straight now. There's no chance of any fry or anything getting through. So yeah, it's going to work good. Just mount the gravel up a bit there as well, and then most of the thickness up, 2 inches or more on the other under gravel. And so I'm going to get some water in now, or I might make airlifts first, and I'm going to change the air tubing while I'm here. Might as well get it all done. So thank you. So there you go, guys. I'm happy with that. That's lost a little bit of space, but overall lost no volume, so it doesn't matter. Okay, now I'm going to make airlifts out of old box filters. When I first got these, I had leftover 2213 Eheim tubing, and I found this is 12.5 mil, this hole here. So I found it fit really well. But this was the one that's on it. Bit of old Blackbeard and stuff, so I'm not using that. I've got this old hosing that one time I bought 20 meters of it for some stupid reason, but I use this now. It's food, it's safe. Just cut off the pieces. Because this is 12.5 internal, it fits over here very tightly. And then you just run your airline there and you've got an easy airlift pump. If you don't have a box filter, you can use any tubing and just create a hole. Put your airline in, and behind a Matten filter, pump it over the top. I like this one because I can curve it, sit it over the top, whatever distance, just cut it a bit longer than you need. You can refine it. But yeah, worked great. So first thing, just got some hot water here because it's a tight fit. Just dip it in hot water. This one I've just got rocks in. This was the one that'd been sitting there for a month or so. And I grabbed another one out of a tank that has media in there. I didn't clean it. I'm going to use this one to help seed the tank a bit. Drop a bit of food in, whatever. And yeah, very flexible, very easy. And you can control the rate very easily. All I do, warmed up a bit, and it's a bit tight, and just put it there, twist it around because I want to go that way and up over the Matten filters like that. And then you just connect your airline. Easy as, work really good, been using them for decades. I'm only using one at the moment, I'll show you in a minute, but alright, and now we'll do the other one. Same thing, just use whatever you got to cut it. I'm sure you can figure out how to cut it. I like them because it's easy to seed tanks, easy, bit of Java moss on there, get that off. And yeah, never break. You run media as well. Probably don't need to run media because got double layer Matten filter, it'll be fine. But I would just use this to, kick start the tank a little bit. with some bacteria. Might chuck a few snails in, whatever. And a few plants. I'll put some Java moss. I'll try and get shit without any duckweed on it. And there you go. Just push it down as far as you can. And simple as. I'm going to put new airlines, so I had 2. There you go. Great idea, guys. And as I said, if you don't have a box filter, you know, you can make a filter out of an old Coke bottle or something, and, you know, put it inside the hole, cut a hole enough, big enough for the lid, just squeeze this rubber tubing down and it will expand, and then, you know, run your airline anywhere you want and you'll create suction. You don't always have to buy heaps of expensive stuff. Maybe I'm just a tight ass, but this is the way I'm going and it's gonna work good. Cheers. This tank here with the grow outs for the cribs or the adults, you can see there, this has got an internal sump, and I've got the same thing, 2 rocks in there, and just run out. Took the power head out. I didn't like the power head. And you know, airlifts, you don't use, you know, if you've got an air source, you're not using any other power, and just pumps through. You can control the flow. And the other good thing is when your reservoir and your internal sump starts getting a bit low, it's a signal for you, because you'll notice the flow decreases. So therefore, you know it's time to top it up. Beautiful. Okay, I only added one new airline, used the other one, it was alright. And can see 2 box filters in there. If you had trouble for them sitting, just put a rock on or something. Lines up. I'm coming over there and over there. I just, because I've got this little lip of glass here, I just tuck them under there. Works fine. Don't need to cut holes in Matten filters, in my opinion. So now, let's get onto the water and see how they work. Okay guys, about an hour later, this one here, the one at the back, can you see through there? Both pumping through. One at the back's probably pumping through a bit faster. But you can see by the few little things I didn't get that good circulation of the water for the heater. And the undergravel there, just pumping through. That will do for the moment. This will all do for the moment. You see them in there, doing good. Up over the top, this one here. And it's good flow. So I'm happy with that. Just going to leave it overnight. I'm not too sure about this heater because I can't remember which one I took out. Just went through my drawer. This one's coming on and off, so I'm not going to worry about it for 24 hours. I did put, you know, stuff for the chloramides and whatever. I used the garden hose for 3/4 of it, and then I added 4 buckets of hot water from inside. Good tip, save your heater working too hard. And there you go. Let's hope it's good. Let it run for probably, it's going to be 3 or 4 weeks. I'm going to let it run until everything's fine, and then maybe transfer. The plan is to transfer the angels in there, but there you go. I'm pretty happy with that. A few hours work, but I enjoy being out here, spending my day, or on and off, in between doing chores and running around with kids and whatever. But it's working good. I'm happy with the flow. I can always adjust the flow, you know, easy. But at the moment, pretty satisfied. Just gonna let it go. So thank you. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content, consider subscribing, leave a comment, and tell me if you like Matten filters, use them or whatever, and enjoy your fish, enjoy your life, and in your plants, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye.